It's Jodi Gambini, and it is our day 6 of Financial February. If you hadn't heard, let's just make sure that I can hear myself. Okay, so I can. Awesome, awesome. So, if you guys are joining now or later, if you guys didn't know, my name is Jodi Gambini. I have been a financial advisor, planner, life coach, business coach, and for the kingdom of God in the industry for 28 years. I am doing this little thing called Financial February. And if you are seeing this, if you, we also have all the recordings inside it's called Financial Freedom with God. So if you guys want to join it, we'll be doing more things. And so this one's going to look a little different today because let's see. Oh, and make sure you say hello. Make sure if you're watching this on my personal page, I'd appreciate shares. But for day 6, I'm going to take a little shift. We've been talking about things preparing for the year, but today I don't know if everybody knows, but there's an artist, country singer. His name is Toby Keith, and I happened to see, like, I love Toby Keith. Dan and I went to at least one, and if not more, concerts of his. Matter of fact, I think my first birthday gift from Dan was to go see Toby Keith. I think, if I remember right. So anyway, he graduated to heaven late last night, and I just happened to see his song. And if you are on one of my social medias, you can go to my profile. I did a little tribute. It's a longer one. It's over a minute and a half long, but I just grabbed all of the moments, and it's called Don't Let the Old Man In. And so I just grabbed a bunch of on the road moments, and actually several moments from when I was even in Tennessee and Nashville, and just shared in there. But it really got me thinking, and I almost didn't come on because I was a little emotional. But I think I was extra emotional in a good way because literally he went and sang for 3 concerts while he was not doing great, but he went and sang. He wrote this song, and it just reminds me of legacy and planning. Um, Not only living for legacy, so things that will be passed on, people and things that you're doing now, but in the financial world, what are the things that you are doing to prepare? And it made me think about this because I have seen it for so many years in the 28 years where people don't plan that side. And so I just wanted to give a couple of tips. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, and if you had more detailed questions. But here's a few things that I've seen. One of the things, and literally I've had people come in and open up a new bank account where their spouse or whoever was going to pass if something happened to them, there was money in there to access for all different things. And they opened a new bank account and they forgot to add that person. So, or they made sure that they put all of their, especially I call it liquid assets, but meaning that it's money like in a banking account or someplace where you can gather it quickly, in that it was in their trust. And so then it had the trustees could have access to it. So I know I always hear people say, but Jodi, I'm, I'm talking about Toby Keith, and obviously we know he was very successful, and people are like, Jodi, I don't have that. Well, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter. because there's laws in states and there's federal laws with, if an account is only in the person's name that passed away, it has to be put on hold. It has to wait for a death certificate. And in many places, in many banks, it's a 30 days. So you can't access any funds to be able to use for whatever you needed. Not to mention, if you don't write it down and you don't put things in writing of your wishes, um, if you just told people, it can make a big old, it doesn't always happen that way. So, and then I happened to be over at a friend's house, and I noticed that there was an envelope on the counter, and it said it, and it actually was more of like a directive if something happened to him and he was on a ventilator for 3 days. So I just think that I just wanted to share that little tip, that make sure that you've done that planning, for, because it's a big deal. And I've seen some really, really heartbreaking things in my career. I've seen families not talking to each other because it wasn't written down. So here is your reminder, if you've been thinking about it. And I'm going to tell you, no matter what your age is, I've seen super young people this happen to in their 20s and their 30s with a young family. I've seen all of it. So this is your reminder, to make sure, especially your, if you have any retirement accounts, if you have any bank accounts, that they have the title correctly on it. So whoever you want it to go to, it will go to. Beneficiary, do a beneficiary audit. So there is your tip for today. Talk to you all later. Bye.